Wallace. And the push wasn't that strong going back to the last decision. We've got another one on centre wing. And Wallace has got the free. Terrific game. Wallace pumps it back in. Charles at the second attempt. Royal, the crumbs. Pulls it back. Cracker. He's marked it.
That's the second time I've made a blue tonight. The first with Charles, and the second I was suggesting that Phil Cracker needed to show something. He kicked the goal straight away, and what a fine mark this is. Not only that, it was a fantastic kick by Royal. Try kicking a non-preferred foot kick from the boundary to centre like that. Perfect setup for Cracker. You can practice those at training for as long as you like, but in a game situation, they are difficult.
Phil Cracker, 10 metres out. Looks of concerns in the grandstand. Cracker.
10-8-8-8. Cracker hanging in the air forever and getting his second. And suddenly the momentum and the force is with Footscray. They've kicked the last 4 goals of this game. 2 before half-time. Now Jarman. McGuinness with Koliniuk. Koliniuk wins that one to a vacant centre wing. And it'll beat Cameron or Coleman. And it'll be a throw-in. So Footscray doing very well here. Crows will have to respond quickly. Micken lays it off. Jarman, Abernethy, Klug and Foster set themselves. Foster punches to the boundary. Koliniuk, McGuinness and Bashut. Koliniuk just squeezed it. Only goes about 15 metres. Rowe couldn't take it. Liberatore did all right for a moment. Bickley was able to get it out to Marshall. Jamison at the back. Murphy goes backwards. Bickley again. Round his body. Klug, good handball. Chance here. Misses. And is it a free kick? I think it's coming back to Filkey.
Yep.
Yes, well, perhaps just reward there. Good work on 2 occasions there by young Mark Bickley. Chased the ball down on that half-forward line, came back and was creative. And then Klug again with clever hands, giving Filkey the chance. And his straight kick, though, coming back for a free kick interference after he kicked.
Yep, late and untidy.
Quiet night for Grant Filkey. He's had a terrific start to 1991. Just 30 metres out, drop punt through.
Footscray by 6 points then. In a thriller. Wide wins it down. Royal runs into a dead end supplied by Abernethy. Gets the free kick. Sweeping hand pass. Well done by Hunter. Nice evasion. Back to Royal. Threads his way through. Penetrating kick. Hawkins will fly from behind. Big pack. Micken rode that pack. Got it across to Lee. Swings it out wide. Tregenza close to the boundary line. Cullen closing. Cullen did well. Smothered the hand pass. We've got a throw in. 70 metres out from Footscray's attacking goal. They're trailed by 7 points at half-time. Lead by 6 at the moment. Rowe harassed out of it. Lindsay shovels it out. McDermott wobbles a kick towards centre wing. Foster pushes it across the line and immediately looks back with apprehension. It's that sort of interpretation we're dealing with these days.
That's right. It's putting a lot of doubt in the players' minds.
Wind and Micken. Jarman and Koliniuk.
He maintained control of that ball well. Good Jarman there. He lost control initially of the kick, but just kept his eye on it and followed up and kept it in the best position.
And it's tough to do that without giving away a free kick for holding the ball. Wind and Micken, a bit of a wrestle. Kellett. It's a half forward. Bouncing ball. Good take by Charles. Hasn't he given them something? Liberatore wide. Wants Hawkins. The height advantage there for Maynard. Lee. The quick kick to the space. Hunter and Bickley. McPherson will try and help Hunter. Bickley with Hunter. Still Hunter. Bickley still with him. Good contest that. Allowed to go on. Jarman cleverly. High skills there. Marshall. Good tackle on him too.
Yeah, Steve McPherson, the interpretation there, if the player's arm is pinned and he's pulled to the ground, the ball's still free, it is play on.
Here's the boundary throw in. Wine had it, lost it. Down he goes. Shovels it out. Royal. He likes it in the clinches, Brian Royal, towards the outer side. Coleman goes after it on the ground, battling with Smart, picked up by Rowe. Jarman is a very clever player, sends Filkey away through the middle. Penetrating kick once more into the forward line. Over the top, Jamison had it, almost the mark. It's spilt out. Swooping on it, McGuinness. McGuinness snaps, gets the goal. Scores a level. 10-8 apiece. Just under 12 minutes remaining till three-quarter time.
And what great coming there by Tony McGuinness. Jamison, I thought Filkey was going to waste a couple of steps there looking for another option short. Jamison just about holding on, but there's some great mopping up here by Tony McGuinness. His pace getting away from Collingwood, and a great wrong foot on his right. That's not confusing. Good snap.
Graham Corns looks on. Michael Taylor will be alongside of him, and Neil Curley there. And what a game. We've been going for about 80 minutes, and scores are level. Jarman. Tregenza. With some distance. Jamison. Murphy. Goal.
Well, back at the centre square, you can't let a player like Tregenza get goal side of you, and Kellett was attracted to the ball. Out it came. Kellett's tried hard on Tregenza, don't get me wrong. Jarman out of the centre. Collinwood comes storming up with great courage. Well done. Drives it towards half forward. Drifting back, Abernathy. Timely mark. So the Crows, in a seesawing affair, have got the lead from the Bulldogs. They're a gritty combination, Adelaide. Clue couldn't hang on. Rowe feeds Tregenza. Tregenza from half forward goes down towards the pocket. Out in front. Oh, clever mark. Murphy, who was like a policeman on point duty, thrust up the right hand, and somehow it fell to his advantage. Jamison, good strong mark. Gee, that was a good mark.
Fantastic possession of play there. Murphy had almost conceded he'd missed, and the ball had gone back.
It's non-stop. He centres it. Oh, that's a push in the back.
Just a gentle one.
What?
Yes, it's going to be paid.
It's got to come back. Yes, my word.
Thought for a moment he hadn't paid it. I was watching Filkey.
Some great examples of footy here tonight. It's fantastic.
Yep, just a top-shelf game. Wallace goes to the outer side. Big pack. Charles couldn't hang on.
Marshall. Jarman. What a quarter he's having. To Rowe. McDermott. To Filkey. To Tregenza. And he should kick the goal. From 40. Oh, smothered. Took too long. Besieged in the end. Might have really should have goaled there. Wallace gives it up. Clue sweeps it out to McGuinness. And under pressure. Oh, good take there. And coming backwards to Tregenza. Well played, Murphy.
Well, Steve Wallace take a bow for his initial smut on Tregenza, but then he just tired as he chased the footy. And the rebound, should I say, came from Murphy. And Wallace is caught short. We see here good grab, as Bruce said, by Murphy. And the kick finding Tregenza.
To the goal square. Wind and Foster. Wine attempting to spoil Foster in the end. McPherson, some danger, able to get away with it. To Eccleston at centre half back.
Kicks towards the wing. Charles in front, got a hand on it. There's that man again. Been a good day for the Germans. Swings it out wide. Tregenza against the boundary line. Tregenza pulls it back. Very good kick. Rowe in a trice across to McGuinness from 45 metres out. This will bring the place down.
Crows on a roll here. Jarman and Tregenza setting up some great plays. And suddenly they've turned a 2-goal deficit into a 2-goal advantage. Liberatore's handball. Wine. Footscray need the next goal. Baxter and Hunter. Hunter towards the goal square. Coleman and Smart. And Lee able to punch it away.
Now this is tough. Now why isn't that delivered? I'm not saying it should be.
No, it's not, but neither was Eccleston.
See? It's a very odd rule.
Same intent, isn't it?
Well, that's right. And the right option, I might say.
The only one.
If he tapped it back, he'd be off. Bartlett. Good tackle by Charles from the back. McGuinness. Lee did well there to just take it away from Cracker. He must have saw an opportunity again, and it'll be a throw in. It's been some wonderful football play tonight. A perfect evening, and this idea of a 5 o'clock start Adelaide time's not a bad one, especially when the weather's so kind to us. Free kick, and it's going to go to, is it Hawkins?
Yes, the indication there was for holding on, Bruce, by the umpire. Technical one and a courageous one in front of goal.
Kick 2-3. Let's have a look at this, Ross.
There it is, Maynard holding Hawkins' left hand. It could have been reversed.
He should have grabbed his right.
Yes, it would have saved him sore ribs in the morning. So can the champ kick his third from 45 metres out? It's a good-looking kick from Hawkins. He's put it through. A captain's goal. 12-8 to 11-8. Hawkins with 3, and the Bulldogs will not lie down. It's 80-74.
Yes, the skipper has been retarded, or actually kept quiet. Kick 2 on the first. Here is his free kick. 18 is Maynard pulling 7. A little push away by Hawkins. The kick for his third. 3 goals, 3 to the skipper. And a vital one that was.
Yes, terrific goal. Here it is, round 6, and already you get the feeling two sides knowing they're playing for their football season. Total commitment tonight. It's been a great game. Look at that. Charles crashes into the pack. It was too high. McDermott will get the free. He'll stand his ground in any company. Lindsay on the overlap in the centre square. Kicks inside the 50. Klug drifts in from the side. Foster couldn't hang on. Finds it on the ground. Rowe confronted by Baxter. Off the ground again by Mc. It beats him across the line. He's relishing the challenge tonight as well. Cameron looking to come back on the ground, his star in that victory over Hawthorn. They need him firing, but they've got to man up on a couple of live wires for Adelaide. I notice Cullen has gone on to Tregenza as the ball goes out of bounds.
And kill it to half forward with Lindsay picking him up.
Still no one on Jarman, which is interesting. He's just off the pack about 30 metres.
80-74, Liberatore. No free kick. Eccleston caught. Liberatore with quick hands. It sits for Foster. That familiar left foot kicks the ball 70 metres. Cracker holds his ground. Lee went to ground. Bartlett pushed, unable to get a clear kick. Keller. Chance here. Atkins, normally a good finisher. Well, kicks it to nobody. Micken should take it, and he does. Short to McGuinness, who's had a brilliant third quarter. Looks up, doesn't find any options, decides to go for distance. Klug and Foster, that's been a good duel. Bickley, Jarman, a star. Murphy sandwiched, and Wine with those big strong hands. Good play by the young ruckman.
Yeah, terrific mark. Wine back towards the middle. Baxter in front. Filkey was closing. No mark there. McDermott to Marshall. Back to Wine. Thought about the hand pass. Now gives one. Very untidy. McPherson. Not the best kick in the world. Foster goes back towards the boundary. Wants his left side. He was thinking about that and forgot to pick up the ball, and now it's deliberate. And I say that not necessarily with any conviction, although that time I think it was pretty blatant.
Yes, an obvious pick up to try and cover his left side, as you mentioned, Dennis, and just nudging that ball back with a Maradona heel.
Rowe slides it across the face. Jamison! Almost. Bounce.
It's a bit like, not probably a bit taller, but a bit like Cuthbertson in the goal scorer, isn't he? He's a danger man.
Gets himself set. Kellett's the player that's come on should I say, for Leon Cameron.
Just a goal in it. She didn't Foster panic there a moment ago. Unusual. Wine, Jamison with some spring, and again Jamison, and that one will carry and just bounce inside, so it'll stay in the pocket for the Crows.
And Simon Atkins, sorry Bruce, Simon Atkins is the player that is playing particularly on Jarman, but they're playing about 40 metres wide of each other.
Jarman's getting 6 touches to 1 just at the moment. Liberatore caught by Bickley. Chance for Klug. Gets it to Rowe. Rowe caught. No free kick. Klug caught by Wine. It's a hard ball. Liberatore between the legs. Oh, Atkins, I'm glad he didn't collect Jamison. Gets the footy this time. Cameron. McDermott. Still McDermott. No longer. Atkins. Smothered by Marshall. Chance here for the Crows. The handball away, a good one. Rowe and Filkey to pick it and put it through.
Rose off the ground, Thompson back on, and the Crows lead 86-74. Great smother by Marshall to set that last goal up. Wind. Collinhook knocks it on. Cameron across his body towards half forward. Cracker wrestling down there with Lee. Held Lee by the arm. Lee will get the free kick. Runs on towards midfield. Wind waiting behind an opportunity for Hunter. Cameron forwarded centre wing. Bulldogs need the next goal. A game worthy of a big finish. Atkins set a task. Jarman and Atkins. Jarman does well. Honoured the voice. McDermott out wide. Smart on the burst up from half back. McPherson tumbling mark and a good one too.
Tries to break away from Thompson, who's just come on for Rowe. Wasn't a lot of percentage in the Cameron kick a moment ago to Atkins. Real danger now. Wine. He's got a safe pair of hands. And you can see him developing into a really fine player. Foster. McGuinness and Collinhook. McGuinness just into his back a bit, but then takes the ball away. Kicked 2 wonderful goals in this quarter to set his team alight. Eccleston and Murphy. Murphy with that height advantage. Inside Filkey. Still Filkey. Jamieson will set himself. Foster able to get in. Ford did well. He just ran across in front. Kept his ground. Kept Jamieson too far away from it. Foster bangs it to the centre wing.
In front, Cullen. Tregenza reaches over the top. He's in trouble now. Into the path of Lindsay. We've got a whistle though, and it's coming back on a free kick to Tregenza, and the crowd quite rightly a little distressed by that because Lindsay had the ball and he was running down towards the pocket. Tregenza 70 metres out. Centering kick. Jamieson again. In front though. Wine not paid. Bickley 40 metres out. Snaps. But the youngster from South Adelaide and Port Pirie off target.
Did you get the feeling, Ross, there's been a directive that you've got to hold the ball for quite a while to take a mark?
I would have thought that Wine would have been paid the mark.
Ford to bring her back in. 87-74. Less than 2 minutes remaining. And then the Doggies wouldn't want the Crows to get one here. McPherson. Off balance in the end. Lee and Cracker.
Well, it's funny, they've changed the rule a bit that the player, if he's behind and is going for the footy and infringes in the back, it's play on.
Lindsay with a high one. Just really hoping. Quick kick away by Thompson. Filkey running onto it. Eccleston and Filkey. It's still with the Crows. Klug, Foster. Still Klug and Foster. Ford should take it and mop up and come to this side. He's got Wine. It's a poor kick. The big man will have to wait for it and hope. Good hand skills there. And kept his call and kicks it to Cullen. Collinhook inside, didn't use him. Got Ford running for him. Oh, danger, but Collinhook able to take it. Interchange coming up. Kellett to come on for McPherson. Liberatore. Back to Collinhook. Takes on Tregenza. Goes to the goal square. Coleman. Smart. Cracker. With him Lee. And that's deliberate, but you don't get penalised except for a point.
That was the right thing to do too. Well played by Lee. Bodied Cracker out of the way. Didn't give him a chance to use those skills.
Gee, wouldn't you be stiffed in us if it went out of bounds?
And I'm not saying anything about the 30-second change made by Terry Wheeler.
That'll be a poser for the umpires, wouldn't it? Smart. Big risk. Last 30 seconds of the term. Royal snaps. And he's off target. Just missed. Clock frozen at 20 now. 13-9 to 11-9. Adelaide throughout the night have played it pretty short coming in. He wants to do it again. Footscray have got to man up. Probably not aware of just how little time there is. Lee eventually goes for distance and kicks it directly at Charles. No mark. Bartlett had it, lost it. Down to 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Atkins drops it. They'll need a mark on the end of a kick if they can get a kick away. The siren will beat them. Hunter, there's the siren. Three-quarter time. Great pressure by the Crows. And fitting, I'd suggest, that Jarman finishes the tackler right on the siren. 13-9 to 11-10. The Crows lead it.
Three-quarter time at Football Park as we look ahead to the next round, and it is a beauty. North Melbourne against Fitzroy on Friday night. Then on the Saturday, look at this. Essendon play Carlton at Waverley. Melbourne against Brisbane at the MCG. Hawthorn and West Coast should be one of the matches of the season at Princess Park. St Kilda and Adelaide at Moorabbin. And then on Sunday, Geelong must go to Sydney for a big danger game, and Footscray to play Richmond out at the Western Oval. Collingwood with a bye. Round 7 does promise a lot. And so does this match, because at three-quarter time, Adelaide 87 lead Footscray 76. And Max Stevens on the boundary line. Max, what did you find out from Terry Wheeler and Graham Corns?
Well, Bruce, Graham Corns big raps for his running players in McGuinness Rowe, Jarman and Co, Filkey and Tregenza. He's pointed out to the guys there's only 30 minutes to go. Now, on the injury front, you can see behind me Stephen Rowe. I'd say at this stage, Stephen just told me that he's got cramp in his hamstring, and it appears he's not going to take any further part in the game. For Footscray, Stephen McPherson, he came off just towards the end of that third quarter. He's got a groin worry, and the boys at Footscray screaming to each other that there's only 30 minutes, like Adelaide is saying, 30 minutes to go, some hard work, and we'll take the 4 points back to the Western Oval.
87-76. Thanks for that, Max. There's the third quarter stats. Ross Glendinning.
Yes, Bruce, well, half-time we had similar stats where it was very even, and the game has been terrific. Handballs in favour of Adelaide, with both Jarman and McDermott being the instigators there, getting the ball very quickly out of the centre. And taps going Footscray's way, should I say, with the football, 14-7. Charles and Wine doing well there.
I think the key to this game is Andrew Jarman. I think they've got to man up on him regardless of who's got the ball. He's just the playmaker. He influenced, I think, that turn when he came on the ground before half-time, had an influence as well. So I think they've got to close him down, and Footscray's still a big chance in this. Obviously, he's got cold knees.
Got the feeling that Graham Corns won't take Jarman off if he made an error early in this quarter.
Be a test for him, wouldn't it?
He'd be a very brave person. Although Ron Barassi did take Malcolm Blight off once, but different circumstances.
He had a few superstars though, didn't he?
Well, 11 points the margin, and we've said it before, but very much the 1991 season on this last quarter. A really tough encounter, but one that both teams would feel they must win.
Yes, well, sitting 9 and 10 at the moment on the ladder, they just must get up after this game. They don't, very difficult.
Adelaide just with the ascendancy, but first goal vital here.
Without harping on the point, see, Jarman is standing behind his ruckman now. I think there's got to be a guy alongside him virtually, don't you? Letting him know that's
conceding that he wants his playmaker Atkins at the other end.
Yeah. We'll see.
Just 11 points. Footscray go to the right, Adelaide to the left. Big crowd. It's got bigger as the match has gone on. Be over 40,000, and that's a throw against McDermott to Jarman. And a Liberatore to put Footscray in attack. The Brownlow medalists from last season. To centre half forward. Charles. Royal nearly snared it. Bartlett caught. Well, just a little high maybe, and Bartlett's free kick. Charles doesn't like it.
Bartlett from half back towards centre wing. It's got to be a free kick in front to Hunter, not paid. Jarman drives along the boundary. Good intelligent kick. Thompson, valiant attempt to mark. Beckley goes off the ground, and the ball runs on the arc across the line.
Sorry, how can an umpire who is centering and squaring the play from 20 metres away not see that?
Boundary throw in. Close to the boundary line. Thompson keeps it in. Liberatore gets it back. Hunter across his body. Jarman. Clever. Forward of centre wing. Andrew Jarman. Centering kick. Foster knocks it down. Kellett comes away with it from half back towards half forward.
Charles the target. Bartlett gave him a little shove. Royal. Can he hold his feet? Tripped through with a free kick, not paid. Coleman. Gee, unlucky there, Footscray. Atkins. Quick kick. Chance here. Charles will take it. Well, Ross, we've been talking about the umpires probably too much tonight, but Royal was just dragged down and held from the back.
I must have a 1990 edition of the rule book. I better get the 91 because it just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.
Well, we're lucky we don't get fined for making a comment. Charles to kick the goal, to kick his third, and to put Footscray within a kick. Drop punt, nice kick, puts it straight through.
Adelaide by 5 points at Football Park. Rucks go at it. It falls at their feet. Jarman battling there with Atkins. Kellett slides in after that ball. That was dangerous by Thompson. Filkey comes away with it. Well played. And the speedster's away. Around the outer side. A third bounce. Draws a man. Goes over the top. Jamison settles from 25 metres. That's kicked it. Quick reply. He's got 4.
Right on Tony McGuinness as the Adelaide players are applauding him. It was a fantastic shepherd. Watch the shepherd coming from McGuinness. Tregenza's running. Here is 11. Just miss it on screen. Took out the chasing Footscray player. Gave Tregenza the room. Handball over the top, and Jamison a good finish for his 4th.
Tregenza can really split a defence apart. McGuinness's shepherd on Foster there. 93-82. Wind and Micken. McGuinness will get some distance in the end with that one. Ford, good skills with the hands. Marshall and Baxter. Neither have had a big influence on the game. Coleman tries to use his body against Smart. Fell over. It's important to keep your feet. Bickley kicks it straight into Jarman, who tried to duck. McGuinness with pace. And then with some penetration on his right side. Murphy with a fly. Jamison. Will this keep rolling? It's rolling and rolling and rolling. And Wallace thumps it through. And there were 40,000 fans blowing that one home.
It was deliberate.
14-10 to 12-10.
Good to see Tony McGuinness really continuing with his rating. He's having a real dip.
What prime time entertainment is this?
Ford kicks to the outer side. Atkins in front. Strong mark. He's at centre half back. Through the centre. Charles on the lead. That set him a task. Bartlett in trouble now. Bartlett. And again. Marshall. Untidy handball. Lee close to the boundary line. Shoveled off it there by Baxter. Charles arrives late. And it will be thrown in.
It was a very lazy chase by Phil Cracker. No pressure at all on the big fellow Bartlett.
Adelaide lead by 2 goals. Marshall had it, lost it. Micken towards half forward. Klug in the grass, got the hand pass off. Atkins, oh, great courage shown there by McDermott. Kicking in danger's gone out the window. Had it not, that would have been a free kick. What courage by the skipper, trying to lead by example. He finishes up on top of Atkins, and the umpire wants the ball. It's been a pulsating game tonight, really enjoyable.
Micken and Wine, who have gone for every ball up tonight. Bickley. Oh, what a mark.
That's a great mark.
Well, courage personified there. Against all the tide to Koliniuk. He usually kicks short, and he does there. Coleman should have taken it. Smart worries him out of it. And almost out of bounds on the full there against Coleman.
No, Bruce, easy to be critical. That's an area of Glenn Coleman's game that lets him down. He can be brilliant. 11 marks early. Dropping a chest like that, very casual.
Lack of concentration, you'd think. Atkins gains 15 metres for Footscray.
He could be tired. He has run a lot, but the fact remains that at this level, you don't drop chest marks like that.
And when you look down the field, you just wonder where Footscray are going to get their goals from in this last quarter, don't you? Hawkins may have to produce something spectacular. Atkins only as far as Jarman, and I think Dennis might have picked it right at three-quarter time with Jarman. Thompson. Front spot was Hunter. Quick kick away. And is that going to go out of bounds on the full by Kellett? It does.
Jarman on centre wing. Underwood centre half forward. Klug and Foster, they've gone at it all night. Foster got it on the ground. Marshall's over the ball. McGuinness. Lindsay. Micken, standing start. Down towards full forward. In from the side. Murphy has it fisted away. But he's got the best recovery, Murphy. Great tackle, Liberatore. That's holding the ball. Tony Liberatore, who last season became Footscray's 8th Brownlow medalist, deep in his own defensive half. To Eppleton, who decides to go for a gallop. Eppleton kicks through centre wing towards half forward. Charles, he's played well since coming onto the ground. 30 seconds before half-time and all. This is McGuinness, close to the boundary line. He's hurt his whole team tonight. And again, Marshall flicks it back. McGuinness, great shepherd Bartlett. The runner takes off. Still McGuinness. And again, then gives it away. Old habits die hard. Atkins, a former teammate, waiting behind Cracker. The big leap came from Smart. Abernathy. Jarman. Lindsay. Props. Smart on the burst. McDermott. Through the middle. Now the long kick. Klug is favoured by the kick. Foster the timely fist. Here's an opportunity. Murphy. He's got it.
McGuinness exhausted. But Adelaide by 3 goals. And this is a critical moment now in the match. Footscray must score next to have any hope. Off the ground. Lee. To centre half forward. Murphy. Well done by Wallace. Foster besieged. Jarman again. Magnificent for McGuinness. If he kicks this, they'll bring the joint down. Well, he's kicked it straight into Klug.
What a great pass.
A beauty.
He's obviously very, very tired, and his intent was for goal. The ball coming on the inside of his foot. But Klug, if you're in front, we harp on it all the time, but you just can't get away from the fact you are always a chance.
Well, again, Jarman the big winner, and Klug with a drop punt to put it through, and they're 4 goals in front of the Crows. They've opened this match up quickly, and Klug gets his second, and with Murphy and Jamison starring as well up forward, there's some potent firepower in attack.
Yes, and having Murphy and Jamison taking the pressure off Klug, who's been a good contributor at centre half forward anyway. Now he's dropped back, but by gee, they needed that. And could it be that Scott Hodges might find it difficult to get back on the side?
No.
They'll find a spot.
Thank you, Dennis.
21 kicks, 5 hand passes for that man on the right. He's done very well tonight. He was the centre of some attention early in the game. This centre square has been brutal tonight. We'll watch it again. Neither side will give an inch in here, especially when the ball hits the ground. Footscray have got to get it out now. Up they go. Micken got it down, and again they crash in. Bickley's over the ball. They harass him. Marshall's got it. Gets the kick towards half forward. Klug! Oh, great mark.
And again, fantastic ways, as you mentioned, that is out of the centre. They had numbers, pressure on the Footscray player disposing of. The ball spilled free, and 3 Adelaide players had the option. And what a clever mark. I won't say any more. I've said enough about this man.
Well, like 2 prize fighters, and Footscray are starting to buckle at the knees now. Here's Klug from 40 metres out. Misses to the near side. Anticlimax, but a reasonably handy point nevertheless. 16-11 to 12-10.
Corns looking on the coach. Must sense that Adelaide are going to square their match ratio off to 50 after this. Maynard at the back. And the handball went astray, and Thompson with a long bomb. Jamison is always in the van there. Play on call. Now plays on and kicks it through. No, hits the post and rattles it on the left-hand side. 16-12, 12-10. Jamison 4 goals, 2. And that's 3 more than Ford. And I think he's won the battle in the end, don't you?
And he has been keeping score too. Here's Ford straight down the middle, trying for a goal. That's not a bad kick. It's gone about 75 metres. Great mark. He gets up slowly, does Murphy, but he's been a fine player tonight. Plays on, sends it back in. Wind is going back to assist his beleaguered defence and takes a strong mark that time. Collinhook goes out wide. This is Baxter. Collinhook on the overlap, hard against the boundary line. Little chip pass. Out of bounds on the full, and you can't be too severe on the players because this game has been played at a ferocious tempo and they are getting tired. Tregenza to Filkey, sends it back in. Wind down there, fumbles it. Klug an opportunity, measures the options, lays it off to Bickley, and Bickley pulls it back too far and kicks a minor score.
And Adelaide should never have been allowed to crumb there. There were 3 Footscray players here. One was Wigney, not Wigney. Wide was the player taking the mark, but looking for the mark. The 3 other players just sat around him behind and should have crumbed the ball instead of Adelaide.
Forward looks for Hawkins, who had to make a lot of ground in the end. Eccleston outnumbered. Free kick, though, holding the ball against Jamison.
Gee, they were lucky there, weren't they? It was initially 2-on-1, then 3-on-2.
Eccleston from the back pocket. Coleman. Coming in late, Foster. Cameron. Had Hunter running past, decided to go on towards Charles. Cracker, Lee just pushes him out of the way. Bartlett concedes some ground. Del Rey tried the one-hander. Gets it up quickly. Charles, an important kick around a Cracker.
It's a clever kick, Bruce, really was. The call came through and his vision just caught him out of the corner of his eye. Cracker was free. He was almost shaping to have a shot. Very controlled kick. Had a good look. Unselfish.
Done well, Charles, and so's Cracker. Between them, they've kicked 5 goals after starting on the interchange bench, and Cracker really should make it 6. A last stand for Footscray here. He puts it through for his 3rd.
Official attendance tonight, 36,685. That's a great turnout. Football at 5 o'clock in Adelaide, obviously a resounding success. 16-13 to 13-10. Still plenty of time, but Footscray need goals. Colinook scrambles it out. Royal's got it on centre wing. And the Bulldogs come again down towards half forward. Charles up in front. Cracker the opportunity behind. What can he make of this, Cracker? It bounces down towards full forward. It takes a Footscray bounce. Del Rey to Charles. He juggles it. He's nimble. He's missed.
Nimble not quick enough there, Dennis, but he did very well nevertheless. Cracker's kick was a little fortunate. I thought he might have tried a pass, and he went toward goal, and the end-for-end tumbling ball bounced up over the Crows' backman's head and gave Charles an opportunity.
Back to 20 points.
Certainly not beyond Footscray.
Well, a goal there would have given them an enormous lift. And we're just got to find the football. Del Rey and Maynard together at centre half back. Now the breaks come. Lee sizes them up. They like to go short, Adelaide, and he goes to Abernethy.
The 4th time.
Yeah, who had the job early on Hawkins, was outgunned early and had a switch. Here's Smart from the back pocket. Hooks it. And out of bounds on the full or Wine. Take your pick. It's played very well, Wine. That handball had a lot on it to Hunter. He was fortunate. Now Hunter spears it back to centre half forward, and Del Rey takes the mark. He's got Charles running to the goal square, but this is not beyond Del Rey.
Yes, and he's come on in this last quarter, Bruce. We just watched the mark again to replace Kellett, who was tiring as a midfielder. Del Rey a bit of height, just trying to relieve Coleman of some of that work, who's been forced virtually all night to come down towards the centre line.
Well, you could really say if he kicks this, they're in with a chance. If he misses, it's curtains. Must goal here, Del Rey. Drop punt. Nice looking kick. Puts it through for his 3rd. And the Doggies are still in it.
Hawkins in the foreground, pushed up onto a centre wing. Wind. Cameron knocks it on. Coleman feeds it out. Footscray will not be denied. Cullen goes down towards half forward. Poor kick. Lee takes the mark. Adelaide have been resolute tonight. Every time they've been challenged, they've met the challenge. Lee goes towards centre wing. From behind, Foster should have punched. Comes up with it anyway, so much for my advice. Baxter knocked away by Coleman to his own disadvantage. Wallace, oh, well done. Spins through the traffic, kicks towards half forward. Cracker worked out of it by Lee, who's been very good, very dependable. Tregenza, another of their better players.
Half back. Cullen given the job on him in the 3rd quarter when Tregenza had split the game apart. Now Micken. Klug the target. Eccleston goes early and does well. Hunter. High ball. McDermott sits underneath it. Wine. Micken, good job there. Bickley, who's done an excellent job. Oh, McGuinness with some strength there, just pushed off. And then some penetration. Jamison, well done by Ford at the back. Still Jamison. Jarman from a standing start, didn't kick it very well at all.
It's interesting to note, Bruce, a lot of players in that situation on a one-step kick opt to try and do a torpedo rather than a drop punt. Even if they don't get distance, at least they get a bit more accuracy.
Actually, Rod Jamieson reminds me of Laurie Richards, former Fitzroy player. He really has a great leap, just standing there, and suddenly he goes straight up. It's Wallace battling with McDermott.
I thought you could have a flashback to one of your own tapes, Dennis.
I don't think they had tapes. It's all on film. Well, when I say all, that's booming it up a bit. 16-13 to 14-11. Well done by Wine to Hunter. Lindsay got hands to it. A little bit slow was Hawkins. Robbed of it by Jarman. Back towards the pocket. Going back with courage is Foster. And he's away.
To the centre square. Smart had to take a chance. Coleman. Atkins. Well, he was always going to be in trouble. That did very well to Cullen. The quick kick looks for Cracker. This is an important ball to be won. Cracker and Lee. Sweats off on him. Still Cracker. Well done, Liberatore. To the goal square. Del Rey. Jarman covering some ground. He'll let this run out of bounds. Take a dive and see it thrown in.
Great running by Jarman, but I thought Liberatore could have seen Cullen out on his left side. Obviously had the vision to go that far. It was clear.
Well, what a moment here. If Footscray could make something out of this. Jarman to Bartlett. Quick kick away. Royal sits underneath. Marshall will take a run at him. Hawkins did brilliantly to take the heat off Royal. Royal's kick is behind. Looked half a chance in the run, didn't it?
Yep.
Oh, my word. In fact, it was Brian Royal in the last vital 6 minutes of last week that kicked the winning goals. Kicked his last one with only 30 seconds to go to seal the game.
And when you think back, Footscray, that in win against Hawthorn could be very important now in the last 7 minutes, because they know if they just keep going
just
at Adelaide,
persisting, yes,
they're not out of this.
33 possessions to Andrew Jarman. It could be named Barnum. He's got a bit of showman in him as this ball comes to the members' side. Coleman, clever mark. He's taken some fine marks tonight. He's at right half forward. Footscray, pump it in again. Cracker, it's falling his way over the top. Bartlett did well to fist away. Hawkins from 40 metres out down towards full forward. It hangs up there a long time, and a very good mark is taken by Maynard. Across he goes to Lee, to Abernathy. Can Adelaide put it beyond Footscray here? Through midfield, Jarman, what a good mark, considering the quality of the opposition. It was Atkins. Now it's with Filkey. Klug's in front. Couldn't control it. Murphy knocks it on. Ford is defiant. He keeps it in front. He breaks out towards half-back. He kicks towards centre wing, but he did not look. Jarman goes back. His 36th possession. Tregenza gave it away. Royal dropped it. Now Royal on centre wing.
Short to Charles. Good kick. Charles still in the centre square. Long way out. Del Rey provides the lead. Colin, good finger tipper.
Yeah, well done by Collier too. He had a look to see if Del Rey was going to make it, then he chipped it himself.
Couldn't kick this, Ross, could he?
I don't think so.
The man on his mark couldn't he? McGuinness.
Yes, although they're both tiring very much. Charles just got himself back into the square, which is good. Yes, it was high after the mark was taken.
Colin with a long kick. He certainly made the distance all right. Well, they've got it back to 2 straight kicks, Footscray, 16-13 to 14-13. And still time at 7 minutes.
Well, this is where they won it last week against Hawthorn. Micken takes the kick in, but the Crows aren't Hawthorn, especially on this ground. Well, they beat the Hawks. Coleman goes to Atkins. Atkins, little chip pass out wide. Collinhook needs to keep his head now. Hunter is on for the short one. Take it and go. Hunter does. From about 70 metres out. Charles will come in from the side. Look at that pack, and what a good mark, Maynard.
Gets his second saving mark. Good work.
Jarman again. Just bobs up. Drives it to the outer side. Tregenza. And he'll hold up here. Simon Tregenza. No need to hurry. Runners outside. He should go across to Lee, and he does now. They stayed off Lee. Lee drives towards half-forward Filkey. They can win the game right here. Filkey, well, that was good defence. Foster got across. He'll be penalised.
Had to do it, didn't he, Dennis?
Yeah.
Had to leave Murphy to make the distance there to get to Filkey.
Yes, Murphy was on had Filkey got that cleanly and remained standing. Sounds heartless, I know, but Foster knew all about that.
6 minutes to go. 2-goal game, 16-13, 14-13. And if the Crows can make a goal out of this, it will shut Footscray out. Wind or Jamison at the back. Bickley. Liberatore. Still Bickley. Caught. Murphy. Marshall. Good tackle, Colin. Foster and Filkey again for the second time. Jarman with those hands to McDermott. Tregenza. High one.
They finally saw one.
Those packs have been unforgiving tonight, though, haven't they? The sort of packs you never want to be in.
Well, for the Crows, fortunately it was Jarman and McDermott that had to really take the heat off the footy. Tregenza. Jamison looks for a free kick. So do the 36,500 people here. And Footscray have got to hold firm here, Dennis. They must resist this challenge.
And that must have been close for Jamison. Wind, clean possession, in trouble. Jamison's got it. Murphy to Klug. That could be it.
Klug with his third puts Adelaide 3 goals in front. 4.5 minutes remaining. 115 to 97. Micken and Wind. Cameron. Good tackle by Smart. McGuinness to Tregenza. They look for him every time. Plays very much like a soccer winger with that great pace and runs the flanks. Smart from 50 metres. Brings it back. Murphy. Del Rey gets back. In defence. Caught. High tackle. Free kick. Advantage play. Hunter from the back line. Jarman, Marshall and Hawkins. 3 players with great skill between them. Marshall round his body. Good kick. Saw Jamison. At half forward. McDermott in the pocket if he wants him. Jarman running forward. Jamison to the goal square. Klug's there. Murphy's there. Wind's there. And Murphy takes it.
It's a desperate bit by Terry Wheeler to get something sparking the forward line. Foster the centre-half forward. Del Rey centre-half back. But gee, the hands on this fella tonight have been very good. Very steady.
Well, I've got Murphy as not having kicked a goal all season before tonight. And he goes for number 6. $115 to 97. And they've had some excellent forwards, the Crows. And Murphy makes it number 6. 18-13 to 14-13.
Yes, Bruce, your source is correct. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 in this crucial last quarter. He's been a fine contributor. No question about that. And a fine mark. He really has set himself very well. Given there are 3 tools down there vying for it, Micken, Klug and Murphy, he did very well.
And gave the handball a moment ago to Klug.
Stephen Rowe here for the night. There's the time remaining. And there's the margin. I don't think they can do it now. McGuinness has been wonderful, as is Jarman. Inside the attacking 50. Eccleston goes back. Chips it out wide. Hunter in trouble now. Goes towards the boundary line. How will they adjudicate here? No, throw it in as the call. Under 3 minutes now. Danny Hughes sitting it out. Some of the crowd headed home. Marshall left it behind. Royal's got it. Wallace did well to get it up to Royal. Good Mark Lee.
He's been steady all night, Dennis, hasn't he? Very reliable.
Contender for best on ground. McDermott's got it now, forward of centre wing.
Short to Marshall. Between them, around about 600 games for Glenelg. Played in the biggest matches available in Adelaide. And that one out. Jamison not able to quite take that. So with Murphy and Jamison and Klug and Hodges, suddenly Adelaide for the future may have some firepower up forward. More than one option. Wind. McGuinness, what a game he's played against his old team. A great looking kick. What a kick. Well, it says it all. 3 to McGuinness.
Deserved the goal, didn't it? Really did. I mean, I admire this fellow's fitness capacity, his threshold tonight has been unlimited, really. He's pushed through. He's done very, very well and deserved that goal. Received the accolades of his fellow teammates and the crowd. And obviously, if there was one player to be pumped up tonight, it'd be Tony McGuinness against his old side, and well done to that player.
A standing ovation from sections of the grandstand, and fittingly so, because they sought him out early. They wanted to make contact, a few of the Footscray boys, and that's not unusual. I mean that in the spirit of competition tonight. They wanted to make a point too, but McGuinness will have the last laugh. Oh, Royal put his head down. Liberatore. Hunter towards half forward, and it's going to be a free kick back where the kick was taken. Coleman has a bounce, but the ball will come back. So we're down to 1:31. 19-13 to 14-13. So in the final analysis, the result won't flatter Footscray, but they've been better than 5-goal losers tonight. Lee knocks it down. Collinwood soccers it. Atkins has got it. In trouble. Guess who? Jarman. Knocked away by Wallace. Back goes Thompson. He attacked that ball with great gusto, as did Eppleton. The hand pass rather untidy. Tregenza settles from 45 metres out. And he's off target.
Gee, unlucky there was Greg Eppleton, Dennis. You could. He really had a terrifically gutsy effort at the ball there. And once he got up, his handball was astray. Just undid a bit of that very good work he performed earlier.
Inside the last minute. Forward with a booming torpedo. Covers 70 metres. Wind, not quite. Atkins gains about 30 metres. And Lee takes a great slips catch.
When the game is over, that's a terrific mark to take, isn't it, really? I mean, he knows his side's won, and he put it all on the line again right there.
Short to Smart. High one. Klug pushed out of it. Murphy almost. Del Rey there with Eppleton. Hunter only as far as Klug. Pushes him over. Cracker gets away from Filkey. The handball to Wallace. In the dying moments, left foot by Wallace to centre wing. Lindsay underneath it. Coleman comes in and takes a strong mark. But the clock ticks away, and Adelaide 128 to 97. Coleman, Charles, and that'll be it. Cullen runs onto it. And the Crows have won. They've got their match ratio back to 50, and that man Jarman played a major contribution, a lot for his character to be dragged early and then be arguably the best on the ground. But Adelaide before 36,000 fans, 19-14, 128 to Footscray 14-13, 97. And they've got something now to work towards Moorabbin next week, Guinness Committee. In with a chance.
Yes, both showing a lot of heart tonight, these two sides, and spare a thought for that man, Tony McGuinness. He's made a point tonight, not that he needed to, but it was a great game coming out against old teammates and underlining his ability. John Klug, my word, he's a coach's delight on the forward line, Ross. He tries so hard, he puts in all the time, not always successfully, but he's got a big heart.
Great base to build around, Dennis, without doubt, as McDermott is in the centre.
So, yeah, terrific effort. 6 goals. McDermott with courage, and McGuinness, the 2 old Glenelg players, and also Marshall.
See, their preparedness to make amends for a couple of ordinary efforts of late has been really admirable. Fantastic. Well done, Crows.
So the Crows get the points. 19-14, 128 over Footscray, 14-13, 97 from Football Park.